Welcome to the You Were Designed for Greatness podcast. Each week we will bring you inspiring tips, stories, and ideas to help you be all that you can be, discovering your greatness. Featuring Donna Tashton. Donna is a transformational life and health coach, a highly sought-after public speaker, and the founder of Vibrant Living. She has helped hundreds find a better life, free of stress and living the greatness they were truly designed for. And now, your host, Donna Tashton.
Hello. This is Donna Tashton, and I would like to welcome you to podcast number 21. I am excited. I have a special guest with me today. She has been here before, and we are finding ourselves very kindred spirits. Yes. Ammie, why don't you say hello?
Hello, everyone. This is Ammie Bouwman.
Hello. I'm so happy that you're here today.
Oh, glad to be here.
We're going to talk about what God has been doing in your life and changes recently, as well as you are one of the speakers at our 2019 conference, Be Courageous. So what are your thoughts on the conference?
Well, first of all, I am really excited about everything that is happening with the conference. And just can't wait. I'm so excited to be a part of it. And I think it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for women to step out and be in fellowship with one another and learn to be more courageous in this world and in their lives. So I'm really excited about it.
So what has being courageous meant to you recently?
It's funny that you bring that up. I think you know. I am, as of next week, Wednesday, will be officially done at a job that I have been at for over 12 years. God told me in 2016, when I was in Israel, that it was time to tell my story and tell it to the world. And eventually I would no longer be at my current job. And so I've just watched him work over these last 3 years, and I've stepped down from full-time down to part-time about a year and a half ago. And then now, as more things are happening, God's been revealing more things about books and speaking events and just my For His Glory ministry, that I was going to be officially done. And so that has all happened. And my last day is next week, Wednesday. And I am truly excited about this journey, but it has definitely made me be courageous in stepping out in obedience and faith to what the Lord is asking me to do. So, yeah.
So step out where you don't know your money is coming from.
Yeah, step out with all of that. You know, what am I going to be doing with all of my time, which He's already been revealing that to me, but that He's going to be my provider. You know, He, in a sense, will be my boss. Mm-hmm. He'll be my provider, my Jehovah Jireh, and that I'm, you know, to look to Him for kind of the things that we as a society look at our employers for, that security, that steady paycheck, that 40 hours a week, and that I'm going to be completely switching gears and letting God be that for me. And I'm really excited. I know I can feel the excitement. I know that He's excited to do that for me. But it's perfect timing. This conference is also perfect timing for me, you know, to be courageous. So, yeah.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts, but who would have thought ordinary girls like us, me, I never wanted to be in the spotlight at all, and I'm having a conference because I know I'm supposed to.
Yes.
And I'm truly excited, but there's a part of me that wonders, you know, those voices we hear, mm-hmm. Who do you think you are? Why do you think you can do this? Or what if you fail? And what if you're rejected? And what if? You ever hear those voices?
All the time. All the time. And for me, they've been what do you think you're doing giving up a good job? You're giving up your 401k. How are you going to make your groceries? How are you going to do this? You're not good enough. You think you can speak to women? You think you can write books? And I have had each lie, I have had to replace that with the truth.
Yes.
And know that all of those lies that are coming to me are from the enemy. And that if God has called us, he will equip us. And so we just need to be faithful and we need to be obedient.
One of the things that excites me about being courageous is getting rid of the myth that as I'm courageous, that I don't hear these voices, that I don't hear the negative, that I don't have any, quote, fear.
Yes.
Because it doesn't mean that, but I love the phrase you said, as I replace it.
Right.
And
replace
it. And that's so important, because we don't just pretend like it's not there, that we address it and we replace it with what the truth is. And having a support system, that's one of the things that I want from this conference, is building the camaraderie for that safe place to be real. I mean, there's so much pretending to me that happens in women, being a woman. We have to have it all together. Well, most of us don't have it all together.
No.
And we don't have everything in its place. And what does that mean to be real and to be courageous at the same time? Yeah. To me, that's part of that whole process, because I know you've heard those voices for years, and in the past, even worse.
Yes.
Before God did a transformation in your life, is being able to. But who would have thought, I'm speaking of what you shared with me, the little girl who was afraid of her shadow.
Yes. Yes.
Is going to be speaking around the world and impacting women to be able to step into what God has called them to do as well.
Yes. And to touch on that, you had said a couple minutes ago who would have thought that you would be called to do a conference. And it made me instantly think about the Bible, the women in the Bible. Look at Mary. Here she was, a young girl, and she was called to be the mother of Jesus. And Mary didn't have all of this criteria or all of these, things. God chose her and would equip her because he called her. And I think we have to remember that this isn't just happening now. This has been generational through the years. God calls people because he knows that they would be obedient. He knew Mary would say, yes, Lord, let it be so. And I think he is continually looking for people, especially as we're talking women, that will say, yes, Lord, I'll do it. I'll do it. And I don't know what it all entails, but I'll do it. And I think that is part of being courageous, just saying yes. And then he is going to give us the strength we need for each step of that journey. And I know for me in my own journey, I want to look like 10 steps down the road and go, okay, I can see that over there. That looks really good. Let's get there. But what he's teaching me is that to get there, I really need to take the 9 steps between where I'm at now and to that 10th step where it looks really good, because he wants to teach me something, and I have to get there through those 9 steps. And I think as women, society puts so much pressure on us. Like you said, we got to look a certain way. We've got to be a certain way. And our identity gets lost in what the world is wanting us to be. And we have to push that aside and just be who God created us to be our most authentic self. Back that little girl that he created, that, we knew he loved us unconditionally, and the world made sense back then. So,
yeah, I think about, because I love to read stories of people who've accomplished things, unusual things, whether they're inventors or moms or people who won the Nobel Prize, to people who succeeded in business, and people who have seemingly had ordinary lives, but made an impact in their community. All kinds of things that, being PTO at school, a president, all of the impact and impacting children, our teachers, our nurses, our policemen, all of the things that ordinary people do every day. Yes. To be courageous and to be who they are. Not everyone is supposed to leave a job. Some people are supposed to stay in their job. Yes. And be an influence in their job. Some people stay home with their children and affect the next generation. All kinds of ways it can look, and still be courageous and let themselves have a voice. What I don't like to see is some of my clients being those things, but their voice is silent.
Yes.
They feel restricted. They feel embarrassed. It isn't what they're doing, it's how they're doing it that makes the difference in being able to be courageous and having a voice, realizing they're a masterpiece and they have gifts to give to the world in whatever capacity that looks like, because we need all of us. Exactly. To make a difference. We need all of us to impact our world to make a difference. And not everyone's supposed to be an entrepreneur, where your work and some people, we need everyone to do their part. And so one of the things we do is compare.
Oh, yes.
And compete. And we can't, I love to use the analogy that I saw was, I can't compare a daffodil to a rose. They're both beautiful and they both have their part. And so if a rose is trying to be a daffodil or vice versa, they're always an imitation.
Yes.
I read a book once, as you were born an original, don't die a copy.
No.
And so learning to be courageously you.
Exactly.
Me being courageously me. And dealing with that voice that belittles us, that is never from God, it's never the truth, is what one of the things this conference is about, is helping us to do that in a new way, to unleash some revelation that brings transformation, not just information.
Right.
So that it is revelation that brings transformation. Not just a bunch of information where you take notes and you go home and it doesn't make a difference. That's not what's going to happen here.
Right.
So I am so excited about what is happening in your life and watching what God does with you.
Yes.
It just is so amazing to watch such incredible women that I meet every day as they begin to blossom and step into what God is calling them to do, the dreams they've had in their heart.
And I think that's really important, Donna, and that really spoke to me when you were talking about that. We all have different journeys, and just because my yes was to step away from work and do this another path, God might be calling, like you said, another woman, hey, I need you to be a stay-at-home mom. I need you to pour into your children and to enrich their lives and teach them about me. Everybody has a different journey. And you need to be courageous no matter what you're doing. Being a stay-at-home mom is just as important as working in the office, as being a speaker, as being a businesswoman or the mayor or whatever. We all have very important jobs, and that's going to be unique to each of us.
Yes. So. That is great. So any closing thoughts that you have to encourage women to check out the conference and grab their tickets?
Well, I think just like what we're doing, we're in prayer right now that God is going to invite just those specific people that really need that. I would encourage your listeners to be in prayer, to be open, and that if this is something that they're really feeling that they should want to be a part of, or that God is speaking to their heart, tugging at their heart, I think they definitely want to get a ticket and be a part of this. I think it's the fellowship alone is going to be amazing. Being able to hear from the different speakers, their different perspectives on being courageous. I think no matter who you are or what stage you're at in life, you're going to walk away with something that God really wants to tell you that will help you on the rest of your journey.
Awesome. So guys that are listening to this, feel free to share this podcast with those that you would like to share this information with, and also stay tuned, and there will be information on where you can go to get all the details about the conference. And so this is Donna saying, until next time, live and love vibrantly.
We are excited to announce Vibrant Living International Women's Conference. We have a lineup of 5 powerful speakers, and on October 12th, the fun begins in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Early bird tickets are available for a limited time, so visit www.iVibrantLiving.com and click on the Women's Conference tab to get the scoop. You don't want to miss this inspirational event. Reserve your seat today.